My name is Rob Hall and I'm the founder of Wriggle. Before we start, quick hands up. How many people have heard of Wriggle here? So we're getting there. I think I've been back 3 times now. I mean, the numbers are slowly going up. But so what Wriggle is, it's a startup that got founded in 2014, and basically we're a mobile app and website, and we help people discover independent restaurants, cafes, and bars, and basically through the medium of last moment or sort of short-term discounting. So it started out with us helping independent businesses reduce food waste, and then it sort of broadened out into helping them target quiet times. And actually now we've got to the stage where we've got a pretty good audience in Bristol, and actually our big goal now is to be the #1 place for people to search for and discover food and drink. So first of all, I'm going to talk a bit about how I ended up doing this. So I used to sit in this lecture theatre about 10 years ago. I graduated from English literature in 2008. No exams, could sort of float through and got sort of steady 2-1. And by the end of my degree, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. My dad was a lawyer. I thought I studied English and all right numbers, so I could really be a bit analytical, but also read words. I earned some money in London. So I then went to uni and did the law conversion, and then went and joined a big law firm called Biffa Chance. And about 6 months in, so I knew straight away that I really didn't find the role engaging. About 6 months in, I had about a week of meetings where I was just meant to be taking notes. And about on the second day, I just imagined doing this the rest of my life, and I suddenly struck me that I didn't need to do it. And I sort of just decided in my meeting that I wasn't going to do it. So I sort of went through the motions for the rest of those 2 years, finished my training contract, did 2.5 years there. But by the end, I just knew that I had to go and do something else. I didn't really know what I wanted to do until about a year after that moment. So a year and a half into it, my brother was playing around with a startup idea, and I started talking to him about that. And it got me thinking about this idea, like different ideas about things that I could do. And I went to a startup weekend and I pitched what was the initial kernel of the idea behind Wriggle, which is how to help businesses reduce food waste. And at that stage, it was more like you've got 10 baguettes left at the end of the day at your Cafe Bristol around the corner. How would they reduce the price and sell them? And I went to these startup weekends and actually did really well, and the idea seemed to make sense. And the whole idea of these startup weekends is you run out and you actually test it out. You go and speak to lots of businesses and you find out whether it's a problem for them. And I basically just threw myself into it totally recklessly. So I left my job and came down to Bristol because it seemed like a sensible place, like a city that I knew, a city that had lots of independent businesses, that wasn't massively big like London, but that I could really give it a good go. And the first crack at it called Off the Block, which was horrible, really, really rubbish website and didn't work out at all. And then 6 months later, raised a small amount of investment and rebranded and Wriggle was started out. So, how has Wriggle got here? So, the initial stage, I don't know whether you've read much about startups, but there's something called the MVP, so the minimum viable product. So how can you test out this concept? So you've got this business idea, how can you reduce risk and save yourself a lot of time and money by testing out whether it will even work at all before you quit your job? So I did that the wrong way around. So I should just clarify, you shouldn't quit your job, you should maybe test it out as much as possible before you do that. So the very first version of Wriggle was just some emails going out. So I created a landing page saying sign up here for last moment offers from handpicked independent food and drink. And then I knocked on doors of local restaurants. And our first one was on Cotton Hill, was Uni Kitchen, which you might know. And they said they wanted customers between 6 and 8 p.m. one particular Tuesday. And 200 people signed up to receive these emails. So on day one, I emailed out and I just said, Uni Kitchen, it's a really nice restaurant, does this, is offering this between 6 and 8 p.m, who's in? And 6 people emailed me back saying they were. So I went straight and just emailed them with a little made-up code and told them to transfer me, I think it was like £12 each, which they all did with my online banking. And I just went to the cash point and took out that money times by 6 and handed it over to Uni Kitchen, minus my commission, which was about £5.50p. And that's how we got started, and that was great. That £5.50 is the best £5.50 I've ever earned. And over the course of the next few months, we did that every few days with a different restaurant until we done it 30 times over 3 months. And then we knew there was a market because 2,000 people had signed up to receive those emails. And then we were able to launch the app on day one with 400 people downloading it from those 2,000, and actually that was enough momentum to get going. So I think the basic idea there is how can you test it out as cheaply and as efficiently as possible. And I think if you ever have that idea, then that's what you need to think about. The lean startup is the best book to read about that. Since then, we've gone out and had to do a couple of investment rounds. So we raised about £600,000. This is probably the hardest part, for me it's been the hardest part of growing a startup. So having them pitch for investment and persuade people, and you get a lot of no's along the way. We've now launched in 3 cities. So we're now in Bristol, Brighton and Cardiff. I've made masses and masses of mistakes. Basically, you spend every day, you have to make more decisions. And I think the general thing is you have to try and make more correct decisions than incorrect decisions. So I made a few good ones. So doing that sort of email pilot was really good. I think coming to Bristol was a really good decision. And I made some terrible ones. So actually about 6 months in, we rushed to London and we had investors who said that we had to be in London to make this work. And it just didn't work. It was just too big and too expensive. And eventually got a good advisor who was like, pull back. And now we will go back to London eventually, but just made a mistake in rushing there. There have been countless other mistakes, and that's just part of the process. Learned a lot about how you develop products and the process of endless iteration of making it better and better and more useful, and understanding what customers want, so actually looking at the data and understanding that. And building a team, for me, that's one of the most enjoyable parts of this, is creating a team of people who are passionate about what we're doing and working together. And there's now 9 of us in an office on King Street. So, I guess you guys are all thinking about being an entrepreneur and creating your own company. So I think for me, one of the mistakes I made when I was sitting here trying to think about what I was going to do when I left university was not analysing what I'm like and not thinking about, well, not actually working out that I wasn't suited to going and becoming a corporate lawyer. So I think you do need to think first of all what you're like, and you also need to think about the pros and cons of the lifestyle. So obviously we could run through the positives of being an entrepreneur. So obviously the first one is, and this is one that lots of people think about, is you can make a lot of money if that's what drives you. The second thing, and I think this is for me what I learned about it, is it's exciting. Every single day is different. You do everything in a company, or at the beginning you do, and then you recruit people and build a team and you get focused on that. You're just involved in everything. You learn masses. I don't think I could possibly have done anything in the last 3 years of my life to learn so much about myself, creating a company, just learn a huge amount. And then you get to control your own workload. Now all of these have a flip side. So one, you actually earn less. So I'm earning about a third of what I left my law firm on 3 years ago now. Obviously the potential is there to earn some money, but I'm not earning a huge amount. And what you have to understand is that it's also extremely risky, so the odds are really tough. Because we live in a sort of technology-driven world, particularly for tech startups, it's often winner takes all. So there might be another wriggle in America or another country that will come in and just sweep in and just own the whole market. And it's a highly risky proposition. So on the flip side of controlling your own work life is actually, it's extremely stressful, and it tends, after a while, I think all the entrepreneurs I know work much harder than they would have done in a sort of normal corporate job. And you might love it, and you might love the work, but you will work all hours and be totally committed to it because it's sort of all-consuming. And that's part of it. So the hours just aren't easier. You're sort of on call the whole time. So I'm sort of taking calls from restaurants at weekends to take down listings or use stuff up, or customers complaining because they arrive somewhere and it's closed when it's meant to be open. It's all hours of dealing with rubbish. So what characteristics do you need? So one, appetite for risk. You are taking a big risk when you do something like this. The odds are tough. I think sort of 90% of businesses don't succeed. And we'll do that actually. Well, the moment you announce to all your friends and family that you're doing this, you're putting yourself on the line. So you have to be really willing to take that risk, because it's not just financial risk, it's also sort of, you're putting your reputation on the line and you're putting yourself out there. The second thing, certainly at the beginning, just being a jack of all trades. Now, I think this is something that I quite like, is jumping around and doing a bit of everything. And maybe not being amazing at everything, but just good enough to get yourself through those early stages, so you can recruit people who are a bit better than you. And maybe I won't be suited when, or if the company becomes big and we lose that sort of jumping around doing everything, maybe I'm more suited to that early stage of like excitement and doing a bit of everything. But I think that's sort of character that is suited to. You need to be able to learn quickly. You will make mistakes, especially the first time you create a company, but if you can learn from them, then you can stop making them. You need to have an extremely thick skin. The amount of times I've had to get rejections from sitting down and talking to restaurants, talking to investors, you have to put yourself on the line and be ready to get a lot of rejection. And you have to be totally tenacious in keeping on going. And you need to be able to make decisions quickly. So I think you just need to think through these things and just think whether you are truly suited to it before you make the leap. I'm flexible. So I guess I think I am suited to doing this, and I'm glad I made the step. But I guess looking back at it now, I think something that you guys might want to think about is whether you want to go straight into it from your university degree. Because I actually think that although I really didn't like being a corporate lawyer, and I didn't enjoy the process, I'm glad I did it. I think it was actually really useful for me to have learned what it's like to work with a big corporate, to actually have that skill set that I can draft up my contracts and do a lot of the legal work. So the most complicated stuff I still pass on, but I can do the basic stuff. And actually most founders that I meet have some skill set that they've brought in, whether they become an accountant and can do all their finance work, or they work as a journalist and can do all their PR work. It's nice to come in with that sort of superpower skill that you can apply to your company and make you more successful. So I do think that it is useful to perhaps go away, maybe work in someone else's startup, maybe go and get some accounting qualification. Of course, if you've got an amazing idea, then you can go for it, but I don't think it's necessarily right to just jump straight in. So, and I think Albert's going to talk about this a bit as well, but if you want to work in a startup, what are the best ways to do it? And I think I can give you a few pointers based on my experience of people applying to Riddle, and I think they might give you a few pointers. So, what you've got to remember is the founder of the company is normally absolutely obsessed by it, and it's their baby. So they've created this company and they're passionate about it. So when you apply, what you're trying to do is appeal to the fact that they are obsessed by it, and you want to convey how much you are passionate about what they're doing as well, because they will really connect with that. So when someone gets in touch with me out of the blue, and actually getting in touch with startups out of the blue is, if you want a job there, is actually a really good way to do it, because it marks you out as being totally passionate about what you're doing. You're not just applying to some job advert, you're just saying, I just love what you're doing, if there's ever a vacancy. Because startups are often sort of, they have the traditional recruiting patterns. They might recruit at any time. You really have to convey in that covering letter just how much you believe in what they're doing, and that's your shared passion. So I think that's the big point for me, is the covering letter is the most important bit. Don't just send a really blank covering letter with one line, just convey why you believe in it. And actually, the CV, for me, is more about general character. I'll sort of breeze through it, but I'm not too fussed about all the academics, but I want to know whether they're the right fit in terms of culture. And Albert actually is running me through, he's got a much more in-depth sort of culture thing, so he knows exactly the right sort of person for him. I think it's important.
I would totally agree with what you said. When someone writes to us who knows about our company and is specifically targeted us, that's happy days for us.
So we have a bank of people. We'll get maybe a couple every month, we'll just get in touch like that. But when we start recruiting, those will be the first 5 people we will go to talk about that next role. And if you do want to create a startup, I think the biggest thing, my biggest tip is to test it out. So that MVP concept. So really work out how you can test out. So basically, whenever you have this idea, you're basically making a statement. You're making a statement that there's a problem in society, or that there's a problem that people will pay you to solve. So whether it's a customer wanting, not knowing which restaurant to go to, or whether there's some niche business-to-business problem, but you're making an assumption that, or you might be making a series of assumptions about the problem, and you basically need to prove whether your analysis of that problem is correct. So basically, you need to list out what those assumptions are in your business and test them out as cheaply as possible. So for us, that is not building a whole app and website. That is doing that email list and actually testing out whether people do want to book the last minute restaurant between a specific period, or whether a restaurant does want to sell their sort of sandwich at the very last moment. And actually, interestingly, they don't want to do that because often they're too worried about their sort of reputation. So that's why we broadened out into targeting part-time instead. But work out what that key assumption is in your business model, and then really drill down and prove it. Cool. Well, I think that's everything